Hello everyone, today we are going to understand one of the most confusing and revenue impacting denial categories in medical billing and revenue cycle management, which is called an inclusive denial. Now honestly, many AR callers work on these denials every day, but still misunderstand them because inclusive denials are not always straightforward. The denial code may say one thing, but the actual payer intent may be completely different. That is why understanding inclusive denials properly is extremely important if you want to become strong in AR follow-up and denial management. So first, let us understand what an inclusive denial actually means. An inclusive denial is a denial where the payer says that the service billed by the provider is already included in another service, and therefore they will not pay separately for it. In simple words, the payer is saying, we already paid for this service as part of another procedure or another reimbursement, so we are not going to make an additional payment. Now, this is very important to understand. An inclusive denial is not one single denial code, it is actually a group denial category. Many different denial types can fall under inclusive denials, like bundle denials, global period denials, NCCI denials, and denials. This denial usually happens due to coding guidelines, bundling edits, National Correct Coding Initiative edits, payer policies, modifier issues, or contract rules. Many inclusive denials are generated automatically through payer claim editing software before a human examiner even reviews the claim. That is why understanding payer editing logic is extremely important in AR follow-up. If AR callers only read the denial description without analyzing coding relationships and claim structure, they may incorrectly appeal valid denials and increase unnecessary aging in AR inventory. For example, imagine a doctor performs a major surgical procedure and also bills a minor related service separately. The insurance may deny the smaller procedure as inclusive because they believe it is already included in the payment for the major surgery. This is why AR callers must carefully review coding, modifiers, documentation, and payer policies before taking action. Now let's understand the major types of inclusive denials that AR callers see regularly. The first type is procedure inclusive to another procedure. This happens when one CPT code is considered part of another CPT code. Insurance companies follow coding edits and believe both services should not be paid separately. For example, a minor procedure may already be included in a major surgery payment. In this situation, the AR caller should first check the CPT coding guidelines. Then review whether a modifier like modifier 59, modifier 25, XS, XE, XP, or XU should have been billed. Also review provider documentation carefully to confirm whether the services were actually separate and distinct. If documentation supports separate billing, submit a corrected claim or appeal with proper modifiers and medical records. If documentation does not support separate billing, then the denial is valid and the balance may need adjustment according to client guidelines. The second type is inclusive laboratory denial. This happens when multiple lab tests are bundled together and the payer considers one test included with another. Many insurance companies follow laboratory panel billing rules. Instead of paying individual tests separately, they bundle them into one panel payment. In this case, the AR caller should compare billed CPT codes with the payer's laboratory billing guidelines. Review whether the lab tests were truly separate and medically necessary. If the wrong coding was used, send the claim back for coding correction. If the billing is correct, submit supporting documentation and request reconsideration. The third type is E&M Inclusive Denial. This is extremely common in physician billing. An evaluation and management service, also called E&M, may get denied as inclusive to a procedure performed on the same day. For example, the provider sees the patient and also performs a procedure during the same visit. The insurance company may say the office visit is already included in the procedure payment. This is where modifier 25 becomes very important. The AR caller must review whether the provider performed a separately identifiable E&M service beyond the normal preoperative and postoperative work related to the procedure. If yes, confirm whether modifier 25 was billed correctly. Then submit medical notes supporting the separate evaluation work. If the documentation only supports routine procedure related work, then the denial is usually valid. The fourth type is inclusive global surgery denial. Under global surgery rules, certain services before and after surgery are already included in the surgical payment. For example, follow-up visits, dressing changes, and routine post-operative care may not be payable separately during the global period. The AR caller should verify the surgery date, global period days, and denied service date. Then check whether the denied service is unrelated to the surgery. If unrelated, appropriate modifiers like Modifier 24 or Modifier 79 may be required. Modifier 24 is used when an unrelated E&M service is performed during the postoperative period. Modifier 79 is used for an unrelated procedure during the postoperative period. Always review provider notes carefully before appealing. The fifth type is inclusive add-on code denial. Some CPT codes are add-on codes and cannot be billed alone. They must always be billed with a primary procedure code. If the primary procedure is missing, denied, or incorrect, the add-on code may deny as inclusive or invalid. The ER caller should verify whether the correct primary CPT code was billed and paid. If missing, corrected claim submission may be needed. The sixth type is inclusive duplicate service denial. Sometimes the insurance company believes the same service was billed twice or bundled into another line item. This can happen due to duplicate units, duplicate charges, overlapping CPT codes, or rebuild services. The ER caller should compare dates of service, units, CPT codes, and claim history carefully. If duplicate billing occurred, follow adjustment guidelines. If the services were actually separate, submit documentation and explain clearly in the appeal. Now let's talk about how expert AR callers resolve inclusive denials quickly, accurately, and efficiently. The first step is always review the denial reason carefully. Never assume all inclusive denials are the same. Read the denial codes, payer remarks, ANSI codes, and claim notes completely. The second step is verify coding and modifiers. This is the most important part. Many inclusive denials happen because modifiers were missing, incorrect, or unsupported. Always check whether modifier 25, 59, XS, XE, XP, XU 24 or 79 may apply. But expert AR callers also understand that adding a modifier alone does not guarantee payment. The modifier must be fully supported by provider documentation. Many appeals fail because modifiers were appended incorrectly without sufficient medical necessity or separate procedural documentation. The third step is review medical documentation. Strong documentation is the key to successful appeals. Read provider notes carefully and confirm whether the denied service was truly separate, medically necessary, and properly documented. The fourth step is check payer specific guidelines. Different insurance companies follow different bundling policies. A denial from Medicare may have different rules compared to commercial payers like Anthem, Aetna, Cigna, or United Healthcare. Always review payer policy before filing appeals. The fifth step is identify whether the denial is valid or invalid. This is what separates beginner AR callers from expert AR specialists. Expert AR callers do not appeal every denial blindly. If the denial is valid according to coding and documentation, they process the adjustment correctly and avoid unnecessary rework. If the denial is invalid, they prepare a strong appeal with modifiers, medical records, coding references, and payer guidelines. The sixth step is submit clean and professional appeals. A good appeal should clearly explain why the denied service deserves separate reimbursement. Always include corrected claim if needed, medical records, operative notes, coding references, modified explanation, and payer policy support if available. Finally, follow up consistently until resolution. After appeal submission, track claim status regularly. Document every call properly in the system, including reference numbers, representative names, and next actions. This is how professional AR callers reduce aging, recover revenue faster, and improve overall reimbursement performance. Remember this important point. Inclusive denials are not always wrong denials. Sometimes the payer is correct, and sometimes the provider billing is correct. Your job as an AR caller is not just to collect money. Your job is to investigate, analyze, validate, and resolve the claim accurately based on coding rules, documentation, and payer policies. A highly skilled AR caller also understands when to stop unnecessary follow up. If the denial is contractually correct and documentation does not support separate reimbursement, continued appeals may create avoidable operational costs for the practice or hospital. Strong denial management is not just about recovering revenue, it is also about identifying true collectible balances versus non collectible balances efficiently and accurately. That is what makes an expert AR specialist valuable in revenue cycle management.